welcome to the Eden Fractal Respect Game. This is the beautiful picture I was talking about that, I just want to maybe take a second to admire that or encourage everybody to do so. I think it's really cool. So you guys know about Eden Fractal, right? Have you guys heard about Eden Fractal? We're going to play the Respect game. If anybody's not familiar, then who's watching, edenfractal.com, and we just released the 2 videos from 2 weeks ago as well when we came back from spring break. There's great discussion there, so those are on the Eden Creator YouTube channel now. I encourage you to check it out, and of course you can see the Eden Town Hall and Eden Fractal videos up there too. But anyway, we'll have our next event on June 4th, I think it is, and so we just had a great town hall discussion about Firmament and more, and then the Eden Fractal anniversary, I think is worth reiterating, is on June 8th of 2026, the 4-year anniversary. So at some point we'll be celebrating that, and maybe next week too, Zaal will give I believe Zaal will be giving a presentation at Zao Fractal, because he just had his 100th Zao Fractal event. So looking forward to hearing from you about that, Zaal, when we meet next time. So basically we can just jump in and play the Respect game here. You guys know how it goes and stuff like that. So I'll just stop my screen share once again. Just check out the pic. It's flowers over the behind the Eden Fractal logo. Rosmari gotten really good at making really cool images. Okay. Hopefully you guys didn't mind that I wanted to show that a little bit. Tadas, Zaal, would you like to go first in the Respect game? Or if you'd like to share any other thoughts from the town hall, if anything else was still pressing in your mind, then feel free to continue that. And whenever you want to go ahead.
Yeah, I can go ahead. So I haven't contributed much directly this week. My main contribution, as I already talked with Dan in the town hall, the main contribution is that I decided on my goals for the next season or so. So next summer, I mean natural season. It's basically I plan to do a lot of writing to refine everything I learned over the last couple of years. And hopefully that would lead to something publishable eventually, that I could extract valuable stuff from it and publish it. And again, I see we all 3 of us are thinking about learning resources for fractals, or documentation. So that would be kind of that, but I guess it would be more about general design philosophy, which I haven't really talked about in fractals since albedo times or firmament times, so before optimism fractal. And I think it all changed my perspective of both architecture of decision-making systems and the process itself, how it should go. And then another goal is to learn theoretical foundations of AI, because I like to learn that way to understand fundamentals first before really going deep into it, into using something. And I'm thinking of investing in some hardware to run LLMs local. Over last few weeks, I came to believe that this is the path to go when it comes to certain tasks like processing notes and so on. And there is an economical argument there as well, not just privacy for me. So so these goals probably won't produce direct contribution in Eden Fractal soon, but I think it's a long-term investment which will lead to some fruition. Yeah, and also thanks to Dan, I've been looking into the new landscape of security when it comes to web apps. Uh, the amount of the security vulnerabilities and NPM packages and dependencies have been like blowing up. Uh, like most likely, obviously, it has to do with AI, but yeah, how now it seems that the importance of scanning your code base for vulnerabilities, it's more critical than ever, and yeah, so been learning how to. Well, didn't spend too much time this week, but just looking into like best practices and how to build correct practices to maintain software. Uh, that's it, I think, for me this week. Zal, are you kind
Yeah,
of
Dan, I
shared
need you
already
to.
a lot,
Yeah,
but what
thanks.
I would hear again?
Thank you, Das. I see Zal is about to share a screen. And I did invite you back. Zal, you're muted right now.
Well, what's up, guys? This is a big thing I'm working on here. It's gonna be called the Zaal Games. It's gonna be over the span of 3 months. It's gonna be vibe coding. It's gonna be Farcaster related, and one of the projects that people can code on top of is the Zao Fractal. Um, Here, perfect. Okay. I had asked, what have I done in the last 2 weeks? So we have a bunch of pull requests over 11 different repos over the last 14 days. Working on some different repos called the Zao OS, which is our testing ground, Better Calls All Yaps, which is the podcast, Zstock, which is our event coming in October, my Better Calls All website, which is part of the Zaal Games, the Zao Nexus, which will bring a lot of our links together. iMan projects, who's our current intern, and some of these other smaller projects as well. So the Zao OS, there's been a bunch of research docs that have been added. I've improved upon my research methodology. I've been really improving on my Zoe, my agent over the last couple of weeks as well, including shipping a new skill dash meeting. So anytime I have a meeting, it can capture the transcript and also include all of that information back to that individual with a link to my GitHub of a summary of the conversation. I'm working on a Zscribe bot right now to do that kind of automatically as well. Um, Testing out the Zabal Live Hub as well as something, a past project that I want to bring some energy back to. Bonfire is going really well as well with I've been doing more of an effort of trying to put information onto our bonfire, so I can go to our graph explorer here and explore the Zabal graph, and I can see all of the queries that are happening through some of the meetings and others. So I don't know why it seems to not have like some of the stuff in the past. So this is only more of the recent stuff, but I'm just trying to play around with bonfires a little bit more and test it out. Better Calls All Yaps.com. I've been working on improving. Had a couple really solid sessions over the last few weeks, but just trying to get it so that any transcript or anything that people want to look at. So let's say, I wonder if I say fractal. Yeah. So there's a couple times I talk about the fractals in Nicoline's conversation. So you can click on that and go right to it. Um, and yeah, so the idea here is that we try and have a central place for this brand, and I'm just trying to build more brands like that. The Zao stock website has also been upgraded, trying to get it to a point that it can be shared out to people here locally, which is great. Definitely been getting to that. We have an official ticket on Luma as well at ticket.thezowstock.com. and then some of these other repos. But the big thing I'm working on is this Zao Games. I would like each of you guys to participate by being a workshop leader for 30 minutes, talking about what you've done in fractals and just giving a little bit of a summary of the tools that are out there that people could use if they were to code on top of Zao Fractals. So I can give you info, before that. We can basically plan anytime in June, a 30-minute window. It can be pre-recorded as well. So it doesn't have to be with me there. But the goal is June is prep, where we'll have a bunch of teachers and instructors just teaching people about the tools that they've built and they use. July is going to be an open buildathon submission, and then August is going to be the finals with 8 builders curated, with each having a Zao mentor to help them with the main event and helping us find a winner. So that's going to be what I focus on and try and attack. There's a place here to sign up to be a mentor, workshop builder, or both. Yeah, I have gotten some really awesome people that are interested in getting in and supporting, and I think it could be a really good methodology for getting more attention and awareness around what we're doing. And then also Spaces launching last night on Farcaster, which I am probably going to be very active on. So it'd be great to have one of you guys to chat about fractals for a half an hour to an hour anytime in the next couple weeks, and I'll pop on a space and we'll share with some Farcaster people. And the goal ultimately being now that Farcaster will have spaces is launching this mini app that people can actually do the voting and the consensus process of everything I've done with the Discord bot, but now with Farcaster. So just tying everything back over there. Excited about building over there. Yeah, a lot of fractal stuff in the works, but excited to see kind of like how these next 2 months start to pan out. But yeah, that's I think all from me.
All right, sounds great, Zaal. Thank you. Looking forward to learning more about maybe participating in the Zao Games, what that was called. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me about that. And we can talk more about that, as well as the space on Farcaster. That's cool they announced it, and I'm happy to see you doing spaces there. And yeah, fascinating work. It's great to see how you organized all the contributions you made this week, as well as, or past couple weeks, I suppose. And I also didn't know about this what is it, bczyaps.com website either in these podcasts. So I opened it up and I searched for fractals there. So I'm curious to learn more about that and listen to what you're talking about fractals there. Thanks for all the great work. I suppose I can go ahead now. Thanks for the hearts, all. Also, just before I forget, Tadas, just while I was while you were speaking, I thought of 2 videos I thought might be helpful to share with you regarding some things that you're interested in. So I'm just I have them open, so I'll just share them with you. Those are from Theo, t3.gg. I don't know if you know, he has a popular YouTube channel about coding and stuff, and not so much coding, but more so like software development. And there's one about AI hacking, everything that I watched this week that I thought was good, and another one about how Claude Code works, which is kind of like a more general overview of harnesses that might be interesting for your research into LLMs. I'd learned a lot from both those videos. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and share what I have been up to over the past couple of weeks to support Eden Fractal's mission and vision. Thanks to Das for the heart as well. Glad you like it. And I also experimented with a new system this week. I've been also working with AI and working with scales. Currently I'm using Notion AI because it works very well. It's been very useful, at least training it. So I tried making a skill for making an Eden Fractal Respect Game contribution report out of the things that I did in Notion. So I haven't really looked at this yet. I kind of just did it beforehand. So I did a lot, but we'll see what it says here. Kind of gives like a summary of those things. And maybe I'll just go down and just pull up some things that seem useful. So I met with Zaal 2 weeks ago for just a little while, maybe a half hour. We talked about some plans going forward and how we can collaborate, also a bit about Firmament. I messaged Tadas about the risks that I saw with the open source landscape and a lot of hacks and stuff, and actually Tadas, I'm planning to follow up with you, and maybe this will be helpful for you. I've been researching myself for the past couple months since I heard about these attacks and stuff like that, and so I put together an Eden Creator Security Hub, which has organized organizing collective defenses for Eden Fractal developers, as well as broader community and family and friends and stuff like that. And I put together 3 documents: practical information system for staying informed about supply chain risks and stuff like this. This was in response to one of the things you said to Tadas, and I'll share this with you later in case it's useful for you. Underlying practices for digital security, credential and authentication hygiene, and both of these are kind of like detailed articles with that have interesting, useful information for especially developers, but really anybody who's using computers these days as well. And then there's this article. I also did one about the ORDAO stack too. I was just kind of curious if you're interested in that, I could share that with you. I was just kind of curious to see like what kinds of things you're using and things that might be helpful for you to use. I didn't add that to Notion, but I have that available, and I'm building this as like a hub to kind of like build more. And I have a project associated to it with a bunch of tasks for improving my security and helping to share more educational resources. I responded to Zaal a bit about presenting Zao Fractal at Eden Town Hall next week, or in 2 weeks from now. I announced the bi-weekly cadence shift for Eden Fractal and the Eden Fractal Telegram group, as well as followed up with Jose, who joined recently, and shared a nice little message to invite everybody to join this week, so that people know about Eden Fractal and the new schedule and stuff like that. This is like this is a task for promoting in different places. Like I said, I created this skill as a series of skill to create like digests to show like similar things that I've been working on, and to be able to present this in the future. Happy to share that kind of thing if it'd be useful. I started thinking about like creating a series of skills for fractal communities, so that's kind of along the lines there. I worked on, I responded to Tanja or Tanja, and shared like a pretty detailed, shared some pretty detailed responses with her over in the Eden Fractal chat to help her understand the Respect game and answer some questions that she had asked there. And then I had also updated the Respect game article on the Eden Fractal website with some new sections about the Eden Fractal Respect game. And there's been a lot of cleanup required from when we stopped Optimism Fractal. So I had to I made a new section about Eden Fractal Respect game because previously it was about Optimism Fractal. So I did that. I cleaned up I added another link to Eden Fractal on the Optimism Fractal website at the bottom as well. And then I worked quite a bit on making a system for improving the article, I created a vision for an Eden Fractal website review and feedback system, which I think is fairly related to respect trees. And I had written about this and then worked on this for a while about how this system could be useful. I've been collaborating with Rosmari on some plans to improve the Eden Fractal website, and I figured that this kind of has like an architecture for how to improve website and do collaborative website development in general. I also came up with some specific tasks, a bunch of specific tasks to improve websites and figure out what needs to be improved so we can like prioritize what's most important to improve. So there's some examples on the screen there. That project for designing collaborative website development for Eden Fractal is like pretty, it has a bunch of tasks involved and things that I want to do alongside that. There's a couple other pretty big contributions I made. I put together a website maintenance and improvement hub, just trying to think about like all the best places to improve. I mentioned to Tadas that I had worked on I have this comprehensive guide to Firmament where I have all these articles, and so I created a project for this to improve educational resources about it. And I have some tasks to do, like to actually set up the space and invite Tadas, and I worked on this kind of starter guide that has like an introduction to it, and then it shows like a high-level overview of all the articles. So I worked on that, as well as learning how Matrix works and how to share that. And then I worked more on the Eden Fractal Foundation and Eden Fractal Foundation Hub as well, preparing to launch that soon. Had some conversations with Rosmari and developed like a system for different phases of different parts of the development, as well as continual research into the legal aspects to set that up, with a target to set that up before the anniversary, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. So there's more there, but I've probably been going for 5 minutes, so I'll probably wrap it up here. And yeah, you can see on the site there's a bunch of other kinds of projects and little tasks here and there. But I suppose that's a pretty good overview of the things that I've been up to over the past couple of weeks for the Fractal ecosystem. Happy to answer any questions if you guys have any.
What's the benefit in sharing these documents permanent, for example, over Matrix instead of Notion, especially if it's easier, if you already have it in Notion?
Well, I haven't actually added the documents in Notion yet. I've added just one document, which is just that one introductory guide. Everything else is in Claude right now. So I could add it to Notion. Happy to do that if you prefer. Notion is, I mean, so I,
Okay.
I
So you need to migrate to Notion or Matrix either way. So.
yeah, I need to migrate to Notion or Matrix either way. And Notion, we'd run into some issues, like just that comments can get messy when we have a lot of comments, and I just figured this was a new thing to try with Matrix. So I definitely could have saved time sharing the articles on Notion. So if you prefer, I could do that, but it's already pretty much ready to go on Matrix, and we could try out this new method as well while we're at it.
Okay, let's stick to Matrix.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, shall we reach consensus? And I don't know, Tadas, did you create the Fractalgram group, or should I do it?
Yes, I created it.
Okay, thank you.
Just shared in Zoom chat.
Okay. All right, we're both here. Zaal, we're here. Tadas and I are here. Oh, and Zaal's here now too.
There's a prompt.
Okay, so now we'll rank. Well, first we'll enter our accounts. And now we'll rank who did the most to contribute to Eden Fractal and our mission and vision based on the presentations that we shared. And we're waiting for your vote, Zaal. Okay, and it looks like we have consensus on me. Thank you for the support. Now we'll vote level 5. Who did the second most to contribute to Eden Fractal? And we have consensus on Zaal. And that means
And the delegate.
okay, that means we have consensus on Tadas is level 4 and the delegate. Maybe we should try something new and all be a delegate.
Wait, last time.
Okay, apparently that proposal was shut down. Not even a reaction from my fellow council member. Okay, so I believe we're in council. We're electing council 139 here. So I have been a delegate in council 138 and 136. Is that right?
We're electing council 140.
Okay, yeah, you just didn't update that previously. If only we had some sort of fractal blockchain to keep track of the council election over time and not have to wait for us to do it 13 days later. If only there was something that was SHA-256 encrypted that we could verify on chain. What's that? It says that Tadas is the council for every week. Is that right? Are we using SHA-1 here? Did we get hacked? I'm just being silly, of course. Zao, that was some jokes from the town hall. You can check it out later. We talked about the design decisions of Firmament and how Firmament can help us elect council members and stuff in a better way, somehow better way than our local spreadsheet.
I love it. I gotta run. I have a pretty crazy next couple weeks. Dan, we might not do 2 Thursdays from now, so just like ping me
Okay.
to confirm. I basically will present the Zabal games and all of our projects, and one of them will be Zao Fest and Fractal. So I'll specifically gear our Fractal conversation to be more of that part of it, but I'm basically going to give the same initial presentation to a bunch of different places with a little bit longer second half based on the specific audience that I'm going to be targeting.
Okay, and wait, so you want to do you still want to present it in 2 weeks at Eden
I
Town
don't
Hall
know
or
yet.
what?
Let's say yes for now,
Okay.
but message me like next Thursday or next weekend, and I can give you a lot more of a definite where I'm at.
Okay. If I forget to do that, then feel free to message me
Yeah,
too. I
yeah.
know we don't have any formal
If you
schedule,
don't
so.
hear anything from me, expect yes, and I'll let you know. At least by 2 days before, 48 hours before, like where I'm at. And like I should send you something to use for creating the agenda, as well if I am ready. So I expect to like the Tuesday before, 2 days before, I'll have sent you something if I am ready.
Sounds good. If you are able to share it sooner, like the Sunday of that week,
Okay.
and then we can make sure to include in the promotions too. We usually aim to do the promotions on Monday, although sometimes we get delayed with it. So if you're able to send it sooner, then we definitely include it in the promotions. But otherwise, we can just make the best of it, and yeah, we can definitely organize time either way. But if you're able to share it sooner, we can just promote it a bit more too.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, sounds great. Well, thanks all. Hope you have a great day. Thanks again for being here with us, and looking forward to hearing more about what you're working on with Zao Fractal and the Zaal Games. Way to go with everything, and hope that you have a great day and rest of your week.
How's it going, guys?
Okay, Tadas, I guess we'll have to reach consensus between me and you to determine who will be
We
a
already,
counselor.
Zao.
What's that?
We already reached consensus with Zao.
Oh, did you? Okay, I was not watching. So who is the delegate? Is it me or is it you?
Yes, me.
It's you. Even though you're gonna be so you're gonna have 3 seats.
Just kidding.
Okay. Okay, I'll vote for me. Sounds good. Oh, it's that close to DOS taking it over and renaming it the Firmament Fractal.
Firmament Fractal, Firm Game, Firm Town Hall.
The Firm, yeah.
Uh,
It's DOS's first day at office, so there'd be a lot of changes.
Everyone has to have this background.
Yeah. Okay, I can live with that. I guess my Aurora Borealis will have to be paused.
Anything delegate proposal.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you putting that up on the creating the proposals and putting them out on the ORDAO site. Whew. Outside of putting up those proposals on the ORDAO site, is there anything else that we should discuss or touch upon before we wrap it up? And let me know, by the way, too, if you want me to share the screen. I know that for anybody watching, it is useful, like if we show things like the ORDAO or Eden.Fractal.xyz ORDAO site, but I think that at this point we've shown it several times before, and
Yes.
probably not needed to do that now. But if you want me to, I'm happy to keep on promoting it because you have this beautiful Eden.Fractal.xyz website where the proposals are.
What's beautiful? Very, very basic.
I'd say beautiful in its simplicity. How about that? Well, it's not even. I would say beautiful in its elegance. I think that's better than simplicity because it is rather complex. It's like a fractal pattern in a way. It's got some complexity to it, but it's beautiful in that I think things are just where they should be. basically.
It was built without, well, I already used AI a bit, but not in the way where an agent would do everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was pure sweat and tears.
I'm sure your hands got tired at some point during this. Building up Eden.Fractal. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's ways that can be improved, and we can add, I think at some point I suggested adding balloons or glitter or something like that, which would obviously make it look better. But I'm just joking. That'd be good if we have like a children's fractal. But yeah, I can imagine it being customized and be like more of like a gaming kind of interface in the future, depending on what community's goals are and stuff. But I think overall it's very nice now. I think that you
Feel
and
free
the
to
AI
build it. Feel free to build it.
I'll get around to that at some point after releasing my book on Firmament. That one I will not make any suggestions about me doing that this week or next week, though. That's the one will take. I am learning a lot about technical development, so at some point, and I'm learning about ORDAO, so at some point I could maybe have my agent do something. But what?
Waiting till I see a book on Amazon, Firmament, author completely dancing.
Completely dancing joy. The subtitle will be
by dancing joy.
What's that?
Written and envisioned and, and founded by dancing.
Yeah, cool. Let's add conceived of too, just so it's very clear. So, and maybe I can identify myself as the founder of Firmament Fractal. Just kidding, obviously.
Founder of Firmament.
Founder of Firmament. No, I'll credit you with Firmament. That's an incredible idea, as I mentioned. Which it really is just an idea right now, basically, but it's about to be something that I think is much more an idea. I think it'll become much more firm in the coming months. I think we can start it pretty soon, by the way. So, and I'm happy to give you credit all along the way. I'm helping in a supportive role to develop Firmament, and you're the visionary, or at least the initial visionary. I think we're both quite visionary, but at this point, and we both have really good visions for it. So I'll take some credit, but I would say, obviously you deserve credit for the conceiver and technical architect of it, and then I'll probably deserve some credit for helping to, get it out there to the world with my book.
Yeah, definitely.
And to test it. I think it'll be like in place soon, and we'll be like practicing it, which would be sweet. Okay. Did you put it up on the Eden.Fractal.xyz?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So it is.
Would appreciate if you sometimes would vote, by the way.
Yeah, I'll go vote on it.
Just would look
I thought about that before. What?
Likes and social media.
It's like getting more likes on social media. Okay,
yeah.
After we hang up, I will vote on it. I thought about that, and I apologize for sometimes not voting on it. For a while, I had an issue with my phone, but now I don't really have any excuse. So, I will vote on it, and then it will look like it's very popular because there'll be lots of respect voting on it.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Shall we wrap up, or did you have any last comments before we conclude?
No, thanks for the great time.
All right. Thank you for the great time, Tadas. Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun talking with you today, and I appreciate our discussion. Before we start recording, we discussed some really interesting topics. So I look forward to following up with you about that, as well as all the Firmament stuff and stuff we discussed in the Respect Game stuff. So thanks so much. Shall we say go Eden Fractal? And go Firmament, perhaps?
Go Firmament.
You're going to have time with that one.
Anyway.
I'll wait.
Doesn't matter.
Go Eden Fractal. And maybe we should. I'll count down 3, 2, 1 so we can synchronize if you want. 3, 2, 1. Go Eden Fractal. And go Firmament. All right. Thanks so much. And see you next time.